Welcome everyone. In this video, we're going to be trying a kind of different take on the purple recycler deck that I'm calling the popcorn recycler deck. So the idea of this deck is that basically Popcorn Penguin is one of the strongest cards in the game right now, and the recycler list is very weak to Popcorn Penguin. So an idea I had was to basically take the purple recycler list and to fight fire with fire. So basically to put Popcorn Penguin in the list and see if that improves its performance. Because I do feel like the shelf of the deck does have potential, but recently I've been struggling with it. And mainly it's just because the Popcorn Penguin just really is just very brutal for the deck to deal with. So let's take a look at the list now. So this is the list I've been playing, which is basically the list in the deck guide, which I'm going to link below. With the one exception is that we're playing two WhataTwists instead of the Moonlit Penguins. And the reason for that is that that's the only way you can beat too much caffeine. So let's see what we would do here. So I think I'm going to remove all of the cards that I think are kind of on the weaker end. So we'll definitely start by taking out Mega Penguin because we need to make 8 slots basically. Or let's add the cards first. So we need to add popcorn. Um, so add 4 popcorns, and we also have to add 4 inspiring stories. Because also inspiring story will help against popcorn to begin with. Just because inspiring story is, it's a really good way to beat popcorn because, right, it itself makes your penguins out of range of popcorn. So we've added popcorn penguin and inspiring story. And so, right, here's also, if you don't know Popcorn Penguin, here's Popcorn Penguin, which basically just says at the start of action time, ice a penguin in play that's vibing the least. And then Inspiring Story is going to basically boost the Popcorn Penguin up. So there's a vibe of 4 or 6. And then you can basically ice anything on your opponent's side. So what do we need to take out? So we took out Mega Penguin. I think we also will take out Cooking Penguin. So I really like Cooking Penguin, but I just feel like this deck already has a lot of 3 drops because it already has Phosphorus and Brainy Penguin. And yeah, I just know. I don't know. I think it's one of the more lower value cards. So let's get rid of Cooking Penguin. So we still need to cut 4 cards. Um, yeah, and then I think maybe the card draw. So like Chase Your Dreams. I feel like I always end up with too many Chase Your Dreams in my ice. So I'm gonna cut that down to 2. And then let's see what else do we have. So in the 2 drop, so we could maybe cut a 2 drop because we have a lot of 2 drops, right? We have Penguin Who Runs the Lift, Penguin Who's Okay, and Purple Penguin Wizard. So maybe we'll cut down 1 lift. And then the other card is maybe Change Perspective. But okay, maybe we cut down um yeah, maybe we cut down 2 Penguin Who Runs the Lift. Or maybe we cut down 1 Penguin Who Runs the Lift and 1 Change Perspective. Those are the other cards I was kind of thinking about. So we can see how the game works with these cuts, and then maybe I think maybe we'll either go back to 4 Change Perspectives and 2 Penguin Who Runs the Lift, or maybe the other way. But let's play some games with it and see how we perform, and then we might make some adjustments to the deck. All right, so we save the deck. All right, so yeah, let's make sure we're on the right deck. Cool. Okay, so let's play some games, and we'll see what happens. All right, taking a look at our first mulligan, right? So we definitely want to keep at least 1 Brainy Penguin. I think the rest of this hand is not good because, right, we're really looking for like Penguin Who's Okay or even Popcorn Penguin. If we had Popcorn Penguin, I would keep Inspiring Story. Maybe we could keep Change Perspective for the card draw, but we don't really have a Wizard Penguin, so I think we'll just keep Brainy Penguin. Um, okay, so wow. Okay, so this is a much better hand. So we've got 2 Penguin Who's Okay. So let's see. So we'd like to keep Chase Your Dreams to discard with Brainy Penguin. So I think Have a Philosophical Debate can definitely be the rod to start with, just because this card is not really useful in the early game because first of all we don't have 2 purple Pudge, and second of all we don't even have cards in our ice in order to activate it. All right, so let's see. Adventure Squad. Again, I think we don't need that either. Maybe we should, yeah, we still don't even have 2 Pudge. So, and this deck runs so much removal, so I don't really mind putting my removal down in the rods to begin with. And we also have Inspiring Story. So the question will be, what do we discard with Brainy? Okay, so it looks like we're playing against caffeine. So whenever we're playing against caffeine, there's a few things we need to keep in mind. So first of all, the most important thing is the WhataTwists, and we really only care about Bunkus. So getting Bunkus out as soon as possible. Perfect. So there's one WhataTwist. So I think we want to play like extra greedy against this, which would mean we would play the second Penguin Who's Okay. But okay, luckily they didn't have a popcorn penguin here because we really have no answer to a popcorn. But that's the other thing against too much caffeine is you need to be able to handle popcorn, which we don't have an answer for. So it would be pretty funny if we end up losing to exactly the deck we're trying to not lose to. So I think I'm going to actually draw with Overwhelm with Knowledge, just because we are going to actually, it's going to be a net positive for our ice, and I don't really need anything else in my I don't need the rod because I'm going to play Brainy Penguin next turn, and this will hopefully give me some more options. So I think Bunkus is perfect because that's what we're like. The way we're going to beat um the caffeine deck is caffeine green mega penguin is we'll have a Bunkus on the board, and then we're going to once we have the Bunkus on the board, we're going to use What a Twist. So we do need to get to 15 cards quickly. So we want to make sure to be playing out all our cards fast. Okay, good. Now we have an answer to popcorn. And on top of that, I really don't think I want Bunkus in my ice because if I put Bunkus in my ice, they could use Misplace on it. And then we wouldn't have that win condition left. So I'm going to try to keep Bunkus in my hand, especially because I'm in such a good position because I have the two Penguin Who's Okay. Now, I think, okay, so I'm going to play GotEm as my rod for sure. And so I really need to be able to get the Bunkus big enough to beat the green caffeine. Okay, so they have Hungry Penguin. So maybe this is some sort of slightly different take on this deck. But either way, it doesn't matter. So Popcorn is actually not bad because we can, with Inspiring Story, maybe take out like the Sneaky Penguin. But either way, okay, so we definitely don't need Chase Your Dreams. And I think Change Perspective is just really unrealistic. Like, I just don't see a world where we're going to have 3 Purple Pudge, and if we did, we could always play Chase Your Dreams. So I'm gonna move those 2 cards. Okay, I have the Purple Penguin Wizard, which is good, but I think, okay, so our ice is growing quickly, so we're gonna get a very large Bunkus on the board, and so now the important thing is we actually need to just play out our hand quickly so that we get to so that the turn that we play What a Twist, because we only have 1 What a Twist. So ideally, we get the second What a Twist because that gives us 2 turns at the end of the game. So I'm not really sure exactly what to do here. Okay, so Phosphorus Penguin is perfect because that's going to buy us some time because we'll be able to pull a piece of removal out and we can probably get rid of the Hungry Penguin. So maybe even to have a philosophical debate would be good. Because do we have an adventure squad? So I should have probably pulled well, I didn't have the other debate. So, yeah. So I'm curious, like, do I have so many cards in my ice? Oh, perfect. The second What a Twist. Okay. So I think we're looking good. So the question is, do we do the purple penguin wizard this turn and then the phosphorus next turn? Because ideally, yeah, because we can't do popcorn this turn. So I think ideally we do the wizard this. Oh, did I play my rod already? What did I play as my rod? Oh, I should have played the what a twist, but okay, I don't think it really matters. Okay, so is the wizard because the wizard comes into flopped, but the phosphorus, I think we just want to get the removal going because our bunkus is going to be big enough no matter what. So I think we'll just get the removal going. And what should we remove? I think we remove the sneaky penguin. Um, hmm. Well, let's see. So we could remove the sneaky penguin or the hungry penguin. I guess we remove the hungry penguin because that's like an extra flopping that they're going to do. And we can, yeah, I'm really not worried about getting our bunkus big enough just because we've been having two penguin who's okay that have been uncontested the entire game. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so what do we want to get rid of? 6 cards. Oh, we have the bug where we can 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, either way, I think those are all good cards to put away. Okay, so we bought a little more turn. Okay, so question is, do we want to draw with Overwhelm with Knowledge? But I think I want to probably play like Inspiring Story next turn because then the turn after that I can play the Popcorn. And the Popcorn can remove the Sneaky, and that might buy me another turn. Okay, or I get the Brainy. Hmm. Oh, I can do the Wizard. I could do the Wizard and the Brainy. So the question is, will I want the Inspiring Story? So I do want to get as many cards on the field as possible. So yeah, so the question is, do I give up on the Popcorn Inspiring Story combo? Um, okay, because so they're going all in. So I have 2 more turns. So this turn, I just wanted to get as much on the board as possible. So I think I just ditch Popcorn and Inspiring Story. So because I have WhataTwist, and yeah, I'm just gonna get as big of an ice as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna ditch Popcorn and Inspiring Story, and my goal is just to be able to win next turn. So I want just cheap penguins in my hand. All right, an Adventure Squad is not bad because will I be able to use? Yeah, I'll be able to even use Adventure Squad this turn. Um, but right, they might have yeah, but if I can knock them off one permanent, that's even better. So do I want to win this vibe check is the question because I could win the vibe. Well, they might flop it. So I think well, yeah, I want to play, but I do want to play the Adventure Squad this turn. So I'll play that. Okay, so the question is, can I get to having enough permanents on the board next turn? Because I need to actually have 14 because yeah, because I'm gonna lose one because of WhataTwist. So let's see. All right. So we'll flop their penguins. And I think I'll just use the Adventure Squad this turn because at a worst case, it's gonna force them to use a GotEm, which then they'll go down to 12. Well, then they can still go up to 14. So it doesn't really affect the clock. So yeah, it doesn't affect the clock, but it does mean if I draw another piece of removal. So I'm at 11. So next turn I'm gonna get one rod, so that's 12, and then 13, 14, 15. So I can play yeah, so let's just play it. Yeah, because they can always got him anyway. So we'll just play it and just see if they play a got him in response. Um, so yeah, because it does. I don't really need that card, but yeah, the good thing is I have two WhataTwist, so I can actually make this go on for 2 more turns. Um, so yeah, so okay, so I think we can probably come out okay here. So yeah, so the thing is, this is knocking them down to 12, which means they can still win. Like they can still get to 14 this turn. So I'm still gonna have to start using my WhataTwists next turn. But okay, so right, because we're gonna get 2 cards, and well, we really only need to play 1 Bunkus. Okay, so we have another piece of we have another piece of removal. Nice. So we can buy 1 more turn. So the idea is we want to buy as many turns as possible, just because we want our Bunkus to be if we have 2 Bunkus, it's even better. Okay, so inspiring story. So okay, so let's see. All right, so we got a rod, which is nice. Okay, so we'll definitely play the wizard penguin. Um, yeah, and then I think we'll just play this bunkus. Well, we'll definitely play 1. Okay, so for 8 cards, what are we gonna put back? So we want the bunkus to be big. So we'll do the spells 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we play 1 bunkus. So if we play the second bunkus, that's gonna cost 12, which means we'll have 7 left, which means our bunkus will be 14, which is fine. Right? So we just need to do 12 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we make sure to grab that we're left with all penguins. So now our bunkai are at 14 each. The reason that we had to play the additional bunkus is not actually because we need to be right. We don't need 2 because they're both going to get flopped. But we needed to get to that 15th card because now that we're at 15, right, when we use WhataTwist, we're gonna be down to 14. And so when we're down to 14, we'll still win the game, right? If we hadn't played this bunkus, we would be down at 13. And so because of that, let's make sure to grab a WhataTwist. So we grab the WhataTwist, we pick the bunkus, and luckily we were able to do this and still keep the bunkus at 14. So this game here basically is the absolute perfect hand for beating caffeine. Like I think this is not like I've lost so many games to caffeine. And so basically what happened here, let's just recap the game a bit, is I had a double Penguin Who's Okay start. They didn't have removal for the Penguin Who's Okay. Then I drew both of my Bunkus and both of my WhataTwist and 2 Brainy Penguins. And so yeah, so it looked very easy, but it's yeah, it doesn't usually go like this. This is a very tough matchup for this deck, and so I just drew very well. And they honestly, they didn't get any popcorns either. Like I could have probably removed a popcorn, but I would have struggled. I would have been down probably at 12 cards. I would have had to string together what a twist. So I do wonder, like playing that. I do wonder, like PurpleMegaPenguin. Like let's put that back in the deck, just because that really helps like pull your WhataTwist back up. So I think what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna take change perspective down to even one less card, and we're gonna take out Penguin who runs the lift down to 2, and we're going to put in Mega Penguin. I feel like Mega Penguin would be good. Okay, so let's try this. So how many two ofs are we running? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're running 6 two ofs, which is kind of a lot. So I think over time we'll realize which cards are stronger or not. But okay, let's jump to the next game. All right, taking a look at our mulligans. Okay, so we definitely want to keep GotEm because we need an answer to Popcorn Penguin. And I think the rest of the hand is not actually useful. So we'll get rid of that. Okay, so let's see. All right, so looking at this hand. All right, so we'll definitely play the GotEm as the rod. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Okay, so we've got the popcorn inspiring combo. So depending on what color we're playing against, that could be useful. We also have Brainy, so we can kind of reset the hand. But I'm a little, yeah, yeah. Let's see what else we get. Ideally, we'll get Penguin who's okay, or something like that. Yeah. So okay. So let's see. Okay, have a philosophical debate. I think we don't. Well, I'd rather discard that with Brainy Penguin so that it'll be in the ice for Foster's Penguin. So I think change perspective can go. Yeah, I do feel like I really think change perspective is just not that strong anymore because we just have even less purple. Like these two cards just don't produce Pudge, so there's just not that much Pudge production. But okay, so we have two cards we'd be willing to discard with Overwhelm with Knowledge. I definitely want to keep the popcorn combo as long as I can. So let's just see what happens with that. Okay, so we're playing against green, which definitely makes popcorn tougher. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we got another inspiring story. We definitely don't need two inspiring stories. So we will yeah, so okay, so let's see. A sliding penguin. So that's going to mean we definitely need to boost. Okay, so well, maybe we keep the full popcorn package. Like I think hmm. Yeah, but it's going to be yeah, we're definitely going to be playing like so we have to play the inspiring story first before we play the popcorn penguin in order for this to work. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think two inspiring stories was going to work. But okay, so let's see what happens. So yeah, this is that kind of more green. So the nice thing about the green deck is it's generally not a bad matchup as long as you can take care of the popcorn. So right now we don't have an answer to the popcorn though, because we have a philosophical debate, but we don't have the pudge to get rid of it. And I guess we have our own popcorn. So okay, so they're gonna play walk the runway. So that's definitely unfortunate. But at least we got one of the removals out. So that means if we can get our popcorn boosted, that would be better. But okay, so we need to play inspiring story first and then popcorn, and hope that by that point they haven't found like another inspiring story or something like that. So yeah, okay, so what a twist is a good rod. Um, yeah, I think we can play Brainy because I don't think we need these two cards. So okay, yeah, so we got the Phosphorus Penguin, which is great. Because now we can play Foster's Penguin and play to have a philosophical debate from the ice. But I guess we'll play Inspiring Story next turn, and then we'll play Popcorn the turn after, and just really hope that they don't have a popcorn. Because if they have a popcorn, it's going to be tough. Well, I guess even here, it's like even the Inspiring Story popcorn isn't enough. So maybe we'll do the Phosphorus next turn, so that we can remove the Sliding Penguin, so that then we can get rid of the Garden Grows. I'm not 100% sure, but at least we'll draw now. So we'll get another card in our hand. So that will help a little bit at least. So yeah, so let's see. So if we get one more card in our hand, then what? All right, so we got a Bunkus. So Bunkus can be good against green if it's kind of a more long game because like with Bunkus at the end, green can maybe it can grow bigger than green can handle, and green doesn't have good removal. Like the only thing they could do is maybe a Hungry Penguin or the Everyone Stay Clam combo, but I have a What a Twist for that as well. So yeah, so okay, so if they don't, so I think I just play Inspiring Story this turn, or do I start removing? I guess I could play Phosphorus with the Wizard because that will allow me to just start removing. But do I have enough cards in my ice? Because I really want to remove the Sliding Penguin, and I don't think because I'll only have 3 cards in my ice, which is not enough. So maybe I'll do Inspiring Story first, because then if I play Popcorn, yeah. So let's see. Mm, yeah, I think okay. So I probably don't need both wizards. So I think I'll play Inspiring Story first. Um, just to give me yeah, just to give me the option of popcorn, because right now popcorn won't work because it doesn't have a target. But, potentially next turn, it will, like, depending on what they play, right, maybe there's going to be a better target. But, okay, so hmm. Yeah, okay, so we have kind of this, like, slower game plan. Do we need rods or cards? I guess we don't need cards because we have stuff to do the next few turns. I really need a way to get more cards in my ice because I really want the Have a Philosophical Debate. Okay, so we have another popcorn. So that means we can definitely use our popcorn more aggressively. So if they play something where we get a target that turn, we'll definitely play it. But right now, right, they can sliding penguin their own sliding penguin. So they can basically make sliding penguin be a 6 and penguin whose garden groves be an 8. So that really won't help with our popcorn penguin. But okay, so perfect. We have brainy penguin. So with brainy penguin, we can get rid of Bunkus, and I think we'll get rid of the hmm, we'll probably get rid of the wizard because we already have we have the pudge needed. Okay, so we got another what a twist, which is nice. And then we can play the phosphorus penguin, grab the have a philosophical debate. So we'll be able to remove the sliding penguin this turn with the have a philosophical debate. Although I'd love to get rid of the hungry penguin, but unfortunately, I don't have enough cards in my ice to do that. I don't think there's a way I can get more cards in my ice. So I could have waited 1 turn, but I think if I get rid of the sliding penguin, at least that's gonna like limit them a little bit. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe I should have just done that because I have all these popcorns. Um, yeah, because I need a way to get rid of the hungry penguin. Although I guess this deck has so much removal that it's yeah, that there'll be a way to yeah, there'll be a way to remove. Oh no, wait. I targeted the hungry penguin. Well, that was a mistake. Okay, so that was really bad. I was too focused on trying to get rid of the hungry penguin, and now I don't have cards in my ice for the hungry penguin. So, um, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, wow, I'm gonna play a what a twist on my brainy penguin because what that's going to do is it's going to put one more card in my ice so that I have 6 cards to use on the hungry penguin. But this is really bad. Um, okay, well, they're using the walk the runway. I guess that's fine. That doesn't really matter to us. Um, but oof, yeah, that was a really bad mistake. Well, now we don't need the what a twist. But okay, so 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I kind of wonder, should I keep the bunkus? We're so far from being able to use bunkus, so I think we're gonna keep the overwhelm with knowledge because I'd rather have a card draw. Okay, so hmm. Okay, so that was a really, really bad play. But okay, so we have um yeah, let's see. So Popcorn Penguin we still can't play. Okay, so we have another have a philosophical debate. So if we can get one more card in our ice, we can then we can play this on the sliding penguin. Um or maybe they're gonna play something. That's going to be, yeah. So worst case, we can draw this turn with Overwhelm with Knowledge. So we can draw 2 cards because we can pull the other Overwhelm with Knowledge. Okay, so let's look at card advantage. So card advantage is even right now. Um, so right, because we have 10, they have 9, and um, yeah, so we have 10, they have 9. Okay, so they're gonna play their popcorn. So we'll get rid of their popcorn with the have a philosophical debate. Um, so okay, and at least our popcorn's next turn can start doing stuff because now there's too many targets. So we'll definitely have good targets for our popcorn next turn. So we'll use have a philosophical debate on their popcorn. Oh, never mind. I guess their popcorn. Okay, yeah, because they should have buffed their popcorn. Okay, so now we don't need to use have a philosophical debate. So let's pull out the overwhelm with knowledge. Let's just draw a card just because I don't feel like, well, maybe that was kind of bad because um I do have a good play for next turn, which is popcorn. So let's see. Okay. So Brainy, yeah, let's just wait here because we have Brainy. Um so Brainy's not bad because we do really need more cards in our ice in order to fill up our because we really want to fill up our ice a little bit more. And so the nice thing is because we have initiative, so maybe I could have actually played because I won the vibe check last time. I think I could have played popcorn actually because when you have initiative with popcorn, you can go first. So I think I made a mistake there. But okay, so we'll definitely play popcorn this turn. I'm not really. I don't really need to play a rod, right? Because I want more cards with Brainy to cycle more and change perspective. I'll play this turn. So yeah, so I think I'm in a good state because popcorn hopefully will be able to get rid of this pesky sliding penguin. And then I'll be in a good position, I think. So I do feel a little bad because they definitely made a mistake by not buffing popcorn with sliding. And I think that definitely that's definitely really helping me in this game. But I guess it's a little bit of not karma because it's not their fault, but I guess it's a little bit of good luck for me because I also made that mistake with what's it called? Uh-oh. Okay, so this is a green mega penguin deck. So now I feel like we're not in a good position anymore because with the green mega penguin deck, we need to get our bunkus back. Okay, so we'll get rid of the sliding penguin this turn so that we can do the sneaky penguin next turn. Because otherwise, this is like the only turn we'll be able to get the sliding. So, okay, so because they have the green mega, we really need to find our other bunkus. Um, so now it's kind of a race to get the other bunkus. The good news is that um, we're going to slow them down a bit because the popcorn will take out the other sneaky as well, most likely, unless they get an inspiring story this turn. Um, But yeah, let's see what we need. So we really need the other bunkus, and we need to get the bunkus plate. Okay, so we can put the okay, perfect. So we get the other WhataTwist too. So okay. So things are looking up a little bit, but we're still not in yeah, it's still gonna be like we need to get the bunkus as big as possible. And again, so okay, so we're against caffeine again. So there's a lot of caffeine on the ladder today. So we'll need to hyper cycle through our deck. We really need some penguin who's okay. That's that would be very helpful because yeah, bunkus is going to be hard to get down because we need to play it and it also needs to be big enough. So, um, yeah. So how are we going to do that? So with Brainy Penguin, we'll definitely discard the other popcorn. Okay, well now our popcorn isn't going to work. So okay, so we'll play this as the rod. All right, so GotEm is complete. So the other popcorn is not never going to work, and the GotEm is never going to work. So we'll just get rid of those two. All right, so we did get Penguin who's okay, which is great, and Purple Penguin Wizard. So okay, so we're in a good position from a like board state perspective, but like from a like getting to 15, but we still it's gonna be very difficult to get this bunkus to be big. Okay, so right, we can inspiring story first, but yeah, our popcorn will just ice itself. So so the question is we need to get the bunkus down and it needs to be bigger than 10. So how are we gonna do that? So the nice thing is, okay, so let's first let's first draw with Overwhelm with Knowledge. So the nice thing is, right, this is going to also discard a card with Penguin Who's Okay. Okay, so we got a GotEm, which is not useful. So we can play more Overwhelm with Knowledge though, be because every time we play an Overwhelm with Knowledge, um, our net, well, is it going to help our net position? Well, we don't have a good play for next turn. So let's play one more Overwhelm with Knowledge, and we'll make sure to get a penguin from here so that when we get a penguin, right, that's going to, we want as many penguins in our ice as possible to boost our bunkus. Okay, so a Brainy Penguin is good because that's going to help us cycle like these useless cards, and we'll also play the Adventure Squad. Um, so we'll use our Brainy Penguin as the other side. So this is just kind of to keep them to buy one more turn maybe, because that's going to knock them down to 12. So yeah, I think I'm not sure if it's going to actually buy a turn, but if we get one more piece of removal, maybe that will help, and it'll prevent them from filtering for the perfect card. Because I'm not worried about, and we have two turns to unflop. Um, but okay, so we don't really want to use Overwhelm with Knowledge because we want our bunkus to be as big as possible. So, and for our bunkus to be as big as possible, we want as many fish as possible. Okay, so we got Change Perspective or Chase Your Dream, which is perfect with Brainy. So the question is, can they end the game this turn? Well, they probably can't because if they play something on the board, I can remove it with Have a Philosophical Debate. So I think I have one more setup turn before the bunkus turn. So let's see. Okay, so Hungry Penguin. So we'll have to remove that anyway. So okay. So we'll play Brainy Penguin first. So we definitely don't need Chase Your Dream or GotEm. So let's get rid of those. So Purple Penguin Wizard Penguin is our Purple Mega Penguin is great because it's going to get us one more WhataTwist because we can buy one more turn. So I think so I guess the Inspiring Story is better than the Wizard because we're not going to like it's not like we're going to run out of it's not like we're going to run out of cards to it's not like we're going to run out of cards with what's it called? We're like of Pudge because we just have so much Pudge. So we'll definitely remove the oh wait, are we gonna actually win this vibe check? No. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. So we're actually gonna win this vibe check. So wait, we can just win the game here, I think. Because they can Hungry Penguin this, and then we use What a Twist. Am I missing something? Or even better, I can use Have a Philosophical Debate on the Hungry Penguin. Because if I use Have a Philosophical Debate on the Hungry Penguin, that is going to yeah, that's gonna make this action shatter. All right, so 6 cards. So we'll do all spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, because okay, so now, right, because right when you remove a penguin that does an action, then that action from the stack shatters. So we're still at 15. Okay, so all right, so the inspiring stories and the popcorn helped a lot in that game. So overall, okay, so I think we're making progress here. I think either way we were in a good position. Because I think one of the issues with this like green deck is it is very linear. And so like as they're playing, you can really understand what they're doing and play around them. So like their game plan was pretty obvious. I think that was an extremely sloppy game on my part. So I'm pretty disappointed there in my own play, just because I could have I didn't realize I had the win condition there directly that turn with the penguin who runs the lift. And I also made that terrible mistake with targeting the wrong penguin with Have a Philosophical Debate. But either way, we ended up winning. And so that's pretty good. So that's going to be the end of the video. So overall, I think this was a good first stab at the deck. I'm going to play with this a bunch more. I feel like there's potential here. And I'm still not really sure about, you know, um, the exact list, right? Because we have a bunch of these two ofs. So we have Change Perspective, Chase Your Dreams, Penguin Who Runs the Lift, and Purple Mega Penguin, and What a Twist. So What a Twist definitely needs to stay. And Mega Penguin was going to be useful there if we weren't going to win. Penguin Who Runs the Lift obviously was very useful. Um, yeah, Chase Your Dreams was useful, Change Perspective. So all these cards are useful. So I don't really know the exact right layout of those, but my guess is that the optimal deck isn't going to run this many two ofs. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you next time. All right. Thanks everyone.